This is James White with Freakin' Reviews, bringing you as seen on TV product reviews, gadget reviews, and more. Now today I've got 5 strange products from Amazon that have pretty good reviews there. I want to check them out myself to see if they actually work. Because I'm doing 5 products in one video, this won't be as extensive as some of the videos I do, but I'll check them out and see if they actually work. But without further delay, let's get right to it. This is a shirt folding board by Box Legend. Now I admit I've actually been practicing with this for a little while to make sure I do it right. I think I need to do it justice by actually doing it properly. So you've probably seen these before, they've been around, but if you haven't, it's something that's supposed to help you fold clothes quickly. Now my very dear friend Kathy from 2 Cent Chicks actually reviewed a similar item back in 2018. Now Kathy and my other friend Carrie are kind of laundry aficionados. They're a little bit more picky about how the shirts should be properly folded than I am. So I will link Kathy's review in the description below. I think it's very accurate, but she has a little bit higher standard than folding shirts than I do. So here we go. I'm going to start off with some different types of shirts and see how it works. Now the way this is supposed to be done is you place the shirt face down and you want to kind of flatten it out just like that. If it hangs over, you're supposed to fold the bottom like that, but if it hangs over just a little bit, I just kind of make it hang over an even amount. All right, so then all you do is fold one side, fold the other side, fold the bottom up, and there we go. To a guy like me, that's perfect, it's done. Some people will not like this. They're gonna be not happy with that. And to those people, something like this may not be a good idea. I don't think it's gonna meet the high standards that some people that are huge laundry aficionados will, but to some people, maybe it will. Let's try a different shirt. Here's a much larger shirt. And as you can see, it's hanging way off the bottom. So they say that you're supposed to flatten it out and then fold the bottom up like that. All right, this is gonna drive some people crazy right here. Let me try that one more time. Because the sleeves are hanging over, I'll bring them in this time. All right, now here we go, boom, boom. Now that looks pretty good to me. There's not even any weird wrinkles or anything. Look at that, perfect. That's actually much better than I would do. I have kind of the single guy low end folding technique, and you can see that it's quick but not quite as effective. Check it out. First thing I do, use these fingers to pull the sleeves in. Boom. Not very good, but it works. I don't really usually fold my shirts, I hang them, so it's not something I do very often. But if I do, I use the low-end guy folding technique. I might try this board for a while though, because it's a much more uniform look. I'm gonna fold all these shirts and put them in a single stack and see how they look. All right, let's try a collared shirt now. A lot of your success on this is going to be based on how flat you make it when you first lay it out. This shirt's typically pretty hard to fold as it is. So let's see if this can work. Got some wrinkles there, but this is, like I said, this is a really hard shirt to fold. I'm gonna give it a pass. Long sleeve shirt. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to redo this one. Now a button-up shirt. Let's see how this does. Now part of the trick is just to make sure the shirt's flat. And there's kind of a lot of fumbling around to do, but if you have a hard time folding shirts, that fumbling around might be worth it. All right, and there we go. Do you think that's acceptable? I actually think it looks pretty good. Let's look at these over one more time. Collared shirt, t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, polo shirt, another t-shirt. By the way, this does fold up pretty nicely into that. And I really think that how well it works is going to depend on how picky you are about how your clothes look when they're folded. Some people will think this is completely unacceptable because there's some wrinkles in it, and some people will think that's far better than they can do. I tend to lean a little bit towards the latter. My friend Kathy probably leans a little bit towards the first option of those. Again, it's one of those, your mileage may vary, and what you expect from it will highly dictate how happy you are with a product like this. There's a lot of these out there. They range from $10 to $30. This is the Box Legend one, and I'll link that in the description below. I think it works, and I think that the next time I do need to fold a bunch of shirts, I'm probably going to use it. What do you guys think? This is not the latest Apple AirPod. This is actually a reusable straw. This fancy little case with the magnetic lid contains one collapsible straw and this even flimsier brush. I don't know if the word brush can even apply to this, but this is it. It comes in multiple colors. I've washed this one off already, by the way, but it comes in multiple colors. Let's see what another one looks like. I haven't opened this one yet. Well, we have white, a cute pink, and that looks like dark blue. But today I'm going to be using the green straw. So let's try it out on a few different types of cups and see how it actually works. First up, I've got my shameless plug from my city's hockey team, the Golden Knights. Let me see how it works in here. It looks like the ends are slightly larger. Let's see how it goes in this cup. All right, well, it's kind of floppy. Let me try it out. Well, fortunately, it doesn't taste like rubber. I think it's supposed to be BPA free. I think so. I don't know why I keep doing this. Well, I mean, it works pretty well in this one. Let me try a few different drinks and a few different lids and see how it works with those. The easy tumbler test, though, was a success, but I'm not stopping there. Let's go inside and grab a good old-fashioned big American fountain drink. See how it works with that. All right, here we go. Big American fountain drink versus the reusable straw. Let's see how it actually works. Someone on one of the comments said this type of lid was problematic, so let me find out. Floppy noodle, inserted into the drink. Ooh. All right, well, it wasn't as smooth as silk. Oh, and it's like it keeps going because it's so floppy in the bottom, it doesn't really stop at the bottom. Now, let's see if it works. Hold on. I had it too far down in there. It's kind of hard to tell where the bottom's at when you're pushing it in there. It just keeps going because it just starts folding over. But if it's not against the bottom, it works okay. Okay, I guess. For those who are environmentally conscious, this is probably a pretty good option, but I got a few more to try out. Let me see how it works in a smaller drink with this type of lid where there's a lot more straw sticking out. I'm gonna say it's not as efficient inserting and taking it back out as a regular straw, but it's certainly more environmentally friendly, so that's something about it. Let's try the next one and see how it does. All right, so I'm here at Starbucks and I've got my grande drink, which is a smaller drink from Starbucks. You know, I was gonna go to the drive-thru. I thought that would be a little bit better on video, but there were like 10 cars in line, so I peeked inside. There was one guy there, so I went and stood in line. The guy was asking questions for like 5 minutes. It's like, how many questions do you have to ask at Starbucks? But I digress. Let's see if my floppy straw and my Starbucks grande drink can actually get along together. Once again, it's not like a regular plastic straw that you can just poke in there. This one, it's a little bit floppy. All right, okay, it's in. All right, I'm down towards the bottom here. I don't think that's too bad, is it? Is that too bad to you guys? What do you think? I don't know. I like that it's bendable, actually. It's like when you're a kid eating your cereal in the morning, you had the bendy straw. This can certainly work as a bendy straw. You know what? I'm gonna say that as far as the grande goes, it works better than I thought it would. It does. It really does. It's a little bit different experience than a regular straw, but once you get used to it, I just flung some tea on my mirror, but it's just a little bit of a different experience, but once you get used to it, it's actually not so bad. Now, one more test, I think, with a much different type of drink. That's next. All right. Now for the big test, tropical smoothie. This is a thick drink. just for comparison's sake, here's a regular straw. Going into the island green. No problem, right? Let's see if this floppy straw can make it to the bottom of the island green. Can't do the one finger technique. Nope. But it works. It works. Okay, I'm going to give it credit. I'm going to say this straw is a success. It's not perfect. It takes some getting used to. It's a different experience than a regular straw. But I think that if you're someone who has an issue with the old school plastic straws, this is a viable option. It comes in these cool containers that you can put in your keychain. I like it. So what's next? This is a mini bag sealer with no battery included. Wow, it's very small. Very small. Were there no instructions in this? Oh wait, there are. Oh, they're nice and microscopic, great. 2 AA batteries. It says only to use high quality batteries. I got a couple Duracells here, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Okay, the batteries are in there. Let me grab some bags to seal up. All right, how about some chips? I got small, medium, and large. It feels kind of cheap. Place the plastic bag between the heating plate and the sealing end. Is that right? Then slide the sealer along the edge at a constant speed. That doesn't seem right. All right, now that I realize that hook comes off, that was the cutter side. No wonder it was not working right. All right, let me try this again. Try it again. Now that I've got the sealer part correct. All right, this makes a lot more sense now. All right, now hold it 3 to 5 seconds, and now slide. Well, there we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, it's actually sealed. Woohoo! That's a sealed bag. Very cool. All right, well, let's try another one. How about some classic Lays? Which one's better? Baked Lays or classic Lays? You guys tell me. It's a very important poll. Completely unrelated to this video. Baked versus classic. Anyways, I digress. Hey Mom, I don't want these after all. Oh no, well good thing I have my sealer. The problem with doing one half and the other half is you may not get these lines lined up. But on the other hand, it's pretty sealed. It's pretty sealed. I think we're 2 for 2 right now. I'm getting used to it. Now for the big boy here. Do you guys like the regular Doritos or the spicy or the Cool Ranch? Which one's better? I like the original. I'm old school, but a lot of people say they like other Doritos better. I don't know. All right, let's see if we can do it on this big bag here. All right, maybe starting from the edge is better than the center. Let me try that. Well, that didn't work so great. All right, now I'm getting there. I'm getting it. Oh yeah. I think I did it. It's down and dirty, but I kind of like it. It's actually pretty good. Now let's try the cutter side. There is a cutter on here. Right there. Let's try that. I'll do one of the smaller bags. That wasn't a very good cut, was it? What if I tear this part off? Oh. Let me try the cutter on the smaller bag. Try this cutter here. Oh, the cutter feels like it's tearing it. The cutter is tearing it. I don't know about the cutter, man. Let me try the cutter on the big one again. Oh, the cutter is not so good. Cutter, you know, forget the cutter. Cutter's done. But look at this bag. I tore this bag. So let me try a real world situation here. I got to reseal this bag. All right, got half a bag left. I'm gonna seal this thing up. 5 seconds. All right, resealed. You know what? I kind of like it. Let's see if this actually works on a bag of cereal. That might be interesting. All right, it's doing something. This part caused a little bit of a problem, but otherwise, let's see. And not too bad. It actually worked. Bailey's nearby, so because she hears food. Bailey, you can't have any cereal, Bailey. It's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit cheap feeling, but I really think that it actually kind of works. It's not too expensive. It's not too big. It's got this clip where you can hang it up. So, despite being kind of cheap, small, and a little bit awkward, and the cutter doesn't work great, other than that, it's perfect. This is not an old school paddle the principals used to use on kids. This is the Flexit 2.0 flashlight. That's right. The features of this light are that it has multiple modes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be bent in any position. Look at this. It also has magnets, so it can be placed on any kind of metallic surface, refrigerator, side of a car. And it came with 3 AA batteries included. You can set it up like this. You can attach it to things. I read some of the reviews on Amazon. They were mostly positive. Some people said that they didn't like the battery case, which I didn't feel there was much wrong with that. It's a standard battery case. Some people said the magnets were weak. I'll check that out. But let's get this going and see how it works. I saw one video of a guy with this on his fridge, and he said it was sliding down. So let's see how it works for me. Oh yeah, it's sliding down. Let's try a different angle here. What if I put it up like that? Not sliding down. If I make it totally flat, that's gonna slide down. I guess it just depends on the angle and the configuration you have it, whether it's gonna stay on something like this. This is a pretty smooth surface that could have something to do with it too. Depends on how you're gonna use it. I think some people will have a problem with those magnets, some people won't. All right, so the Flexit is supposed to stick to the side of your car, like say you're changing a tire at night. Let's try it out. Well, the magnets are holding. The light's nice and bright. You know what? I think I kind of like that. Very cool. How about on the side? It's weird because on the fridge, these magnets seem pretty weak, but out here, it seems like it's holding pretty well. That certainly would do the job out here. I should also point out that you can bend it like this in a circle around a pipe. That's kind of cool. Kind of looks like one of those wristbands from the 80s that like Judas Priest used to wear. They also show it having like a hazard mode. Like if you're broken down on the side of the street, you could put it next to your car like that. All right, we got high, medium, low, strobe, and off. I'm gonna put the high up against. How about the tack light? My ass seen on TV flashlight, the tack light. All right, it's not nearly as bright as a tack light. Tack light destroys the Flexit. Tack light, even on low, is still brighter. I'm gonna go out there and show you a few others. Bell & Howell light bar, Flexit. Not a huge difference. The Flexit might even be a little brighter. Atomic beam lantern and the Flexit. Atomic beam lantern, Flexit. Atomic beam headlight, Flexit. And there's Bailey. Bailey! There's Bailey out here. Now what the Flexit can do that none of the others can do is wrap around, which is actually pretty useful. This one also has magnets. The Atomic beam lantern also has magnets on the bottom, so it's also useful, but it doesn't have the cool wrapping feature. The Flexit's not without problems. I think the magnets can be weak, especially on a really smooth surface, but otherwise, I actually think it's a really good idea. And it's not that expensive either. What do you guys think? This is the Rocketbook Everlast. Let's open it up. This is no ordinary notebook. It looks like an ordinary notebook, doesn't it? But nope, it is not an ordinary notebook. And this is not ordinary paper. Notice the bottom of each page has a QR code. And very lightly, if you can see that, there are dots on each page. Each page can be written on, scanned and uploaded by the app, and then erased and used again. I'm gonna read over these instructions carefully and then get started. I should also mention there's a friction pin included. And there it is. It doesn't work with other pens. It doesn't work with dry erase markers from what I understand. Just these. There are other pens like this available, but they do include one to get started. So speaking of getting started, that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, let's try out the Rocketbook Everlast and the friction pin. Now what the Rocketbook is a reusable notebook. When you write on the page, you then use the Rocketbook app, and you can actually send it to any of these destinations. And then you wipe the pages clean and start over again. The nice thing is that after 15 seconds, the ink stays on the page until you wipe it off. It's not going to smudge after about 15 seconds. You could do the same thing with a regular notebook, just scan the pages in and toss the notebook when you're done, but you got to keep buying them. This one you always have. It's reusable, and they also have another nice feature. If you see these symbols right here, they're very faint at the bottom of each page. You mark off which symbol you want, and you can assign a symbol to a different cloud service. So throughout your day, you could have notes that are meant for Dropbox, email, OneDrive. So let's try it out and see how it works. All right, well, I've written on the page, it says wait 15 seconds, and then it will not smear. And yeah, I put today is going to be a great day because I have this weird notebook. So what I'm going to do now is, I don't even know if you can see this, but I'm going to mark off one of these symbols. The second one, the diamond, which you're supposed to write what you have assigned here, which I haven't. The diamond I have assigned to Dropbox. So I'm just marking that right there. Now get my Rocketbook app. Aha, got it. Boom. There it went. Now I can review it right here, change the name. And you'll notice that it has the diamond symbol at the bottom there because it detected that it was marked. Very cool. Hit send. It's already going to my Dropbox. I don't have to set anything else up because I marked that symbol. So you can mark all these symbols and pick the service you want them to go to automatically. Very, very, very cool. The pages, they feel kind of paper-ish. Maybe a little bit in between like plastic and paper, but it certainly has a feel of a notebook. It has 18 pages. It's not as large as a regular notebook. It's a little bit smaller. You can see it next to a phone. It's not quite the size of a full-size notebook, but I think for most people it would do the job. This one has dots on the page that are very, very small and hard to read. And they don't really show up in the scan because they're so faint. They do sell different colored pens, but this is the one that came with it, which is just a regular black pen. When I was a kid, we used to do this. We'd draw the word boy, and then make it into a boy, which that looks absolutely atrocious, but you get the idea. We used to do other ones that are a little bit less appropriate for family entertainment, but that's one that I used to do when I was a kid. Maybe I should have a real artist come in here and try something. Let's check it out. Now what I should do is clean it off. And by the way, not smearing, not smudging. Put this in your backpack or briefcase, take it home, and it'll still be looking good. But let's take their cloth. They say to get half the cloth wet, so you wipe it off with that, and then you dry it with the other side. Gone. All right, and my Rocketbook is ready to use another day. So to me, the Rocketbook Everlast is definitely something that people would use, people would enjoy. I think it has a place. So to me, this is a good product. What do you guys think? So there you have it. I think all 5 of these products were pretty good. I think of all the 5 that I used, I'll probably be using the Flexit flashlight the most. My son said he wanted to use the laundry folding board because it's sick and I like it. My daughter's probably going to use the Rocketbook Everlast, so they're all going to get a lot of use around here. Now, how long they work over time remains to be seen, but I'll post updates on my social media accounts if anything changes. And speaking of social media, I'm going to be giving away 2 of these products, one on Twitter, one on Instagram. All you have to do is comment on the post for this video which product you would like to have, and on February 1st, I'll pick a winner on each. Whichever one you chose is the one that you'll get. If you're watching this after February 1st, you missed it, but I'm giving away a lot of products this year, so stay tuned for future giveaways. So that's all I've got, guys. I'll see you next time.